The entire village believed the house was cursed.
Little Ashley had been afraid to go near it for as long as she could remember.
But one night, driven by some inner instinct, she found herself standing in front of the house.
It was such a dark night that only the faint light leaking through the windows of the house illuminated her path. Ashley felt the weight of the silence and loneliness that had settled over her life in the village. Her parents had disappeared a year ago.
Only Ashley and her grandmother were left, but her grandmother had strangely stopped speaking altogether. Over time, the atmosphere in their home grew cold and suffocating, just like that abandoned house.
Ashley was determined to uncover its secret somehow.
One morning, despite her grandmother's warnings, Ashley gathered her courage and decided to explore the abandoned house.
Something inside her was urging her to find out more, to discover its truth. As night fell, she quietly opened the door and stepped inside.
There inside the house was heavy, decayed, dusty carpets, broken furniture. Everything looked as if it hadn't been touched in years. But Ashley was aware of something. There was still something in the house.
It was as though a hidden presence was watching her every move.
Whispers from the corners of the rooms seemed to say only one thing: leave. Ashley's body began to tremble, but she took another step. Just then, a laugh echoed from the corner of the room.
When she turned in fear, a silhouette appeared. Slowly, it moved forward, and then, in an instant, locked eyes with Ashley. But these eyes,
they were empty, pure white, soulless. The silence in the house shattered instantly. Everything began to move. Ashley tried to scream, but her voice was silenced.
Her feet lifted off the ground, and everything grew blurry.
And then everything went black.
When she opened her eyes, Ashley found herself in a cold, white room.
Though confused, she tried to steady herself, feeling a sharp pain.
As she looked around, she could hear the beeping of machines around her.
A hospital room. But how? Her mind was a chaotic blur.
When she tried to remember, she briefly saw, in the corner of her mind's eye, the same silhouette she had locked eyes with before. She quickly shut her eyes again.
What had happened? That house. That cursed house.
A nurse opened the door to the room and stepped inside.
Leaning over Ashley, she asked, "If we asked you to tell your story, what would you say?"
Hearing those words, a spark ignited in Ashley's mind.
"Is this a dream?" she whispered, her hands trembling. The nurse smiled, but the smile whispered to Ashley that something was terribly wrong.
As the nurse took a step forward, another shadow appeared at the door.
It resembled the silhouette Ashley had seen before. A dark thought flashed through her mind. What's holding me here is the dark secret of the house in the village.
A minute later, Ashley's mind screamed that there was something terribly wrong. But one thing was clear. She had gone too far to escape.
That house had trapped her soul inside it,
and nothing could ever free her from it.